the first time ever, Ben Gleib, who is your garbage person of the week?
Very excited about this. I'm sure it's a person who's made an appearance in the past, but this was a particularly garbage week for Mr. Ted Cruz. He had a trifecta of a garbage week this last week on this planet. He first went on his podcast or some podcast and said that Chrissy Teigen, who realized that her miscarriage is actually an abortion, was not an abortion because her life was in danger. And he was just disingenuously saying this, even though it has always been categorized as an abortion, just so that now, as the backlash comes to overturning Roe versus Wade, some of these Republicans can claim, oh, if it's life of the mother, it's not even an abortion. We've never been against that. Yes, you have. It's an abortion, and it just proves there are instances in which abortion is necessary. And you, as an old, white, creepy man wearing cowboy boots, should have nothing to say about it. But that's not the position that he indeed takes. So that was one. Then second thing, he got booed in his home state, speaking on stage, roundly booed by saying yet again that gun control does not work, devoid of facts, devoid of heart, and said, I stood up on the Senate floor this week and tried to pass where we can double police officers on school campuses, and that would have done it. And it got voted down because it doesn't, despite the millions of dollars that have poured into increasing security measures on school campuses. It has made statistically nearly no difference in safety on school campuses, and perhaps evidenced best by there were 400 police officers that ended up on the Uvalde campus before they finally were able to take out that shooter. What is Ted Cruz's next proposal? There should be 401 police officers on every campus. It's always just the next level excuse to push the ball down the field or to punt rather. And the third bit of his week, he was the lone senator on the committee to push forward the Electoral Reform Act. Even Mitch McConnell was on board, has given his praise to it, his blessing to it, and Ted Cruz voted against making sure that we cannot have the same constitutional crisis we had again in 2020 in the future. He voted against being able to officially say that the vice president's role is purely ceremonial. He voted against saying that states can have their own false alternate slate of electors they can put in there. He said, because this takes away states' rights. No, it just makes sure that the corrupt secretaries of state you're putting in, that you're encouraging to go in there, are not going to be able to destroy our democracy any further. And that's why even Mitch McConnell is on board and said he was proud to support this bill. But of course, Ted Cruz was one of the only senators that voted not to certify the 2020 elections and proposed that himself. So of course, he wants to stick by his own. Can I swear in this one?
No, unfortunately not.
Yes.
Not the one you're about to say, if I can tell. But very well argued. Great explanation. Ted Cruz has in fact made an appearance a time or two, but these are really good reasons for him to once again take a dive into the can.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.